What's up, guys? What's going on? All right, so I'm about a minute late, not too bad. So I was trying to upload a video so I could link you guys over to that for tomorrow, but still a work in progress. All right, we're zooming in today. Okay. How's everybody doing, though? How's everything going out there? Hope everybody's had a good week. Getting all these notifications that Retro Gaming Guy's going live. Can everybody hear me okay? Sweet. Everybody's liking the stream. Awesome. Now I got to live up to it. Good. All good. All right. Make sure I set everything up right. So, we've got two giveaways tonight, which are going to be a lot of fun. We've got what I've called the best retro gaming. Let me see if I can get this thing to zoom away from me. I have to make there we go. Let's see, I'm learning how to use this finally. It's only been 2 months of doing live streams. So, we've got this right here. That's what's throwing it off. Two heads in the frame when I have it set for one person. This is the Kamrui AM08 Pro mini gaming PC. One of my favorites so far. So we're going to give that away tonight. And then we have this portable touchscreen monitor from MINIX right here. This is a 16-inch portable touchscreen monitor. So really, some really amazing stuff here. And I think this is a $600 mini gaming PC. This one over here is like $300, I want to say. Can hardly hear me. Let me see if I can fix that for you. Are you hearing? How's that? Is that any better? Hard to hear? Is that am I getting better? Let's see. Anything? Is this getting better? Sounds good. All right. Hopefully that heard you fine before. All right. Yeah, I don't. In my monitor it comes in okay, so hopefully it's working. I was away yesterday, so my kids had the house to themselves. Well, not to themselves, but I noticed some things were moved around here, so hopefully they didn't twist the knob on this guy here. Sweet. Elysium. Awesome. Glad that you got it. So, cool thing about this is that a lot of these companies are sending me more and more stuff, which is awesome because I don't need a million mini PCs or gaming PCs or controllers or game drives or any of the fun stuff that gets sent my way. I love to test stuff out, but at the end of the day, I just don't need all of it. So, anything that gets sent to me that I don't need or want is going to go to you guys. So, the more eyes on these streams, the more the companies want the few minutes of time that they get where it sits here and Kamrui's name is across the screen. So yeah, rest in peace, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Did I miss something today? Um, he didn't die, did he? I hope not. Making me nervous. Yeah. So as I was saying, good. It's like I definitely haven't been on my phone or computer all day, but Terminator. Yes. So I was going to actually live stream me setting up my Arcade One Up Terminator 2 Judgment Day cabinet the other day, and I just tried to do too much in one day, so I had to cancel that. And you can see I clearly haven't set it up yet, but this is going to go over the top of it. I just got this off of Etsy. This came all the way from Romania, but it's not. It's actually sanded, but it's not like actually painted. So I'm going to paint it chrome, spray paint it chrome, and then I'll cover up the eyes. And I got to look at the teeth on Terminator. I feel like T2 has white teeth. If that's the case, then I'm going to have to paint those white, but I'll have to look that up. Anybody know if I think he has white teeth? Let's see. Let's see if I can look him up. Of course, I just get pictures of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think he has white teeth. So I'm going to have to tape those off or just cut them in really nicely. But yeah, I was going to mount that to the top of it because I've seen they have like toppers for only steel. All right, that makes it easier then. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'll take your word for it. Only steel. Then I don't have to worry about it. I just have to tape off the red on the eyes, and then I'm good. I just chrome that out. But yeah, I was going to use that. I was looking at some toppers for the T2. And I thought it would be cool to just like mount this on the top, and then the eyes glow too because there's a battery pack in the bottom. So I was like, that would be pretty sweet. Royal Rumble tomorrow. I think I will. Usually I'm a UFC guy for Saturdays, but there is nothing going on this weekend, probably because they're all kind of united there, UFC and WWE. So yeah, I will definitely check out Royal Rumble. I don't know if I'm going to be up for all of it, but yeah, definitely check it out. I don't even know what the matches are other than the fact that there's two Royal Rumbles, right? They're going to have the women and the men. Favorite NFL Blitz game, the original. Yeah. And then now with emulation, you can kick up the graphics so well on there that you can get the graphics looking really on point. I also like NFL Blitz 2003, which was, I guess, it was probably for a couple different consoles, but I had it for GameCube, and that's what I emulated through most of the time. So there we go. I forgot I can highlight you guys' comments. That is true. Yes. So I was talking about this, not Arnold, which it seems like everybody's saying he was chromed out. In which case, me painting this won't be an issue. I won't have to tape off as much. Yeah, I find myself testing that out a lot when I do like PC, mini PC reviews like this one. I dive into that game all the time, and that's one of the few like when I'm trying to film through, I don't know what I typically do, 10, 15 demos for these, different products that I review. I try to just do like limit myself to like 5 minutes, and then I end up cutting like 30 seconds of it. So that way I can get through it without, wasting a ton of time filming. With NFL Blitz 2003, I will literally play like full, full four quarters of that game every single time. Um, depending on who they put me with, sometimes I win, sometimes I don't win, and then I have to play it again. So, yeah, NFL Blitz 2003 is like a total drain on my battery for filming. All right, so what's going on? Yeah, so I'm going to put all new lighting, and actually I can't show you guys the other side because I'm set up to film this way today, but I just put like this media shelf underneath my TV, so now I can put my consoles in there. I don't have a ton of console. I just honestly right now I have a couple, but I have my modern day Xbox, so that's in there, and I got RGB lighting there, and then on the back side of my TV, which doesn't seem to be on right now, but that's okay. So yeah, I'm gonna do some lights all around there. So I have the T2 coming in. I've got the Blitz, which I finally have en route to me the new vinyl wrap for that cabinet too. So that means I'll be doing the mod for that very soon, and I'll probably cover a bunch of different aspects of that in videos here on the channel, and I'll do like one video of like the entire process. So that'll be pretty fun. Yeah, I just got that into. I literally just took this out of the box. It came today, so I figured I'd throw it up on here because I didn't know where else to put it right now. But it's actually made really nicely. It was 3D printed. It's got a little switch on the back. I didn't even notice that till just now. I don't have batteries in there yet, but the eyes will glow. So really excited about that. NBA Street, yes, I have definitely. And then I was actually so I'm actually uploading right now, and I'm going to check on the status of that in another window. The video for tomorrow, which is going to be a big video. It's actually over an hour long. It's probably my longest video so far, and it is the video where I comb through Chris Coolmod's new light gun build. So that's going to come out. I don't know what time. I haven't decided on when I'm going to put that out, but it'll definitely be out tomorrow. So in there, the point of this was what was the point? Oh, he's got a ton of arcade games on there and games that like I've yet to find the ROMs for, like reliable ROMs for them for arcade versions of like he's got the NFL Blitz paired with NBA Showtime, which I grew up playing that in the arcade. Loved that, dual cabinet. So he's got that in there. He's got like I'm a huge Gauntlet Legends fan. He's got that arcade version in there. Dark Legacy version, tons and tons of ROMs that I've just struggled to find like reliable, ROMs for in his setup. So it was really a interesting, setup there because it wasn't just light gun, which is what I was expecting it to just be light gun games. Should have known by the fact that it's a 2 terabyte setup, but um, yeah, sounding low. Maybe I'm too far away. Like, yeah, a few people said that today. I don't know why I'm sounding low today. In my in-ear monitors, it sounds fine, but let's see if I can turn this on. Is that any better? No, it doesn't sound any different for me. How about now? I got nothing now. How about now? That sounds better to me. See, I was messing with it too much. Yeah, I think the phones work better for some reason, but you guys are making sure that you have your volume up, right? I asked somebody something like that a couple days ago, and they got like really pissed off and offended that I assumed that they were like stupid. Not my intent. I'm just joking with you guys. Back and louder. Okay. Yes, it seems a little bit louder on my end, but I'm literally just like turning this and turning this. Usually I feel like it's really loud, so I'm kind of surprised. I don't know if I have. Let me see. Can I up my volume over here for you guys? How about now? Any better for you guys? I'm going to just keep rolling forward, but seems to be okay. Okay, cool. All right, so what's everybody been playing this week? And I've actually, a lot of people have been asking me to do like live streams where I actually play games. So I figured out how to do that. It's a different software that I have to use for that than what I'm using for the stream right now. But I've been looking into that and I tested it out. I did a few dry runs and it seems to be good. I did just like regular recordings rather than going through and doing like a full test live stream. Double Dash, Star Fox, nice. So we're keeping it retro. I just saw this actually. So I was just looking the other day, and it wasn't that low for me. I don't know if it's different based on where you're located, but I was seeing like maybe like 175, something like that, and I was actually really considering that. I really don't think I need more because I'm leaving this whole area open for my virtual pinball machine that's going to someday get down here. It weighs about 800 pounds, so finding people to help me move that has been a challenge. Um, yeah, it seems a little bit louder in my, headset here, but yeah, I don't think that it made a huge difference. So yeah, I'm leaving this space open, and then we've got what, two cabinets that'll be there. I guess I could fit one or maybe two more. I probably shouldn't tell myself that, but I'm still playing with the idea of doing a Gauntlet Legends cabinet, but I don't want to do like a full-on four-player. So yeah. Um, hey, Heck and Steve's in the house. Don't you have a video premiere right now? Because you're literally right here on my phone for my notifications. So it must be over. And everybody, next week, Heck and Steve. Damn, just checked. Okay. Oh, sold out. Gotcha. Yeah, it was 175 when I saw it last, but that was a little while ago. So Heck and Steve's coming on with me next week, next Friday. Yes, he's going to be in here with me doing the giveaway. And I don't usually mention what I'm giving away, but I'm going to give away one of Chris Coolmod's light gun setups. So he sent me an extra one to share with you guys. So we're going to do one of those next week. Usually he shows up for those live streams too, so he'll be in the chat. Steve's going to be with me on screen, so we're going to kind of do a shared screen next week for the live stream. Hopefully he knows how to do that because I sure as hell don't, but we're going to figure it out. Yeah. How was your premiere tonight, Steve? We got some woo energy tonight too. Anybody had this yet? I haven't had it yet. So I guess we're gonna do a tasting tonight too. There we go. Damn, it snuck up on me. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so we'll be talking about a bunch of different things. Actually, Steve and I were just talking earlier today or yesterday. I think we talked both days about what we're going to talk about, and we're just going to let it roll, whatever we touch on. But Steve goes after the resellers, and he does like more physical game stuff, I think, than what I do. Um, so yeah, I think we'll kind of cover every aspect of gaming, and then I'll have some cool giveaways too. Hopefully, a mini PC. I got to see what I have. I got to see what I'm doing this week with videos, but I have a couple mini PCs that I still have to review. And for the few people that have mentioned the minis forum mini PCs, I have one here. I got to do that video soon too, and I'm really excited because they have some really cool looking things. So yeah, got some exciting stuff in the works. So I'm going to give you guys a link right now to the, and I have it right here. This is the 16-inch portable touchscreen monitor. So this is the touchscreen one. There's like two different ones. One's got touch, one doesn't. And this one is the touchscreen. So let me give you guys the direct link to that. So if you guys haven't gotten that prior to this video, you have that one now right there. I can't pin that one. I think I have the other one pinned. I went into YouTube before I did this, before I jumped on here, and I was able to pin that to the top. So we got 11 or yeah, just under 12 minutes left on that. All right, let's grab some Woo Energy. So this is the, what flavor is this? Strawberry banana. It's actually not bad. It doesn't really taste like an energy drink at all. It's like not super, I don't know, it tastes like juicy almost. It's not like, it's not super fizzy like a Red Bull would be. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. It's different than what I was expecting it to be. Pretty good. Macho Man's over here on the wall. So he's still here. He's actually he'll be in the video tomorrow where I test out Chris Coolmod's light gun build because I have the cameras behind me for that when I actually do the demo portion, and he's literally right up in the top left corner of my screen. There we go, setting this thing off again. I have to do this to get it to back out. But ObSpot is the company that makes this AI powered webcam that's actually really awesome. Now that I got the lighting down, I feel like the picture quality is better too. It's got a built in camera, or excuse me, of course, it has a camera built in. It's got a built in microphone too. So shout out to ObSpot for providing that. And to, I should probably learn the name of these guys, Miano, who provided the microphones here. And I have a video coming out on that. I don't know if it'll be here on the channel or just on Amazon, but yeah, shout out to them for providing this cool stuff, even if the volume's a little low tonight. Charles, what's going on? And Charles mentioned that, what is the name, Charles, what's the name of the company that's working on light guns? I follow them here on YouTube now, and they look really amazing. But I'm blanking on the name, but you mentioned it prior. I saw your comment before, and I highlighted it on screen. So, Charles, what is the name of that light gun that is in, it's still in development, but it looks really impressive? And who was the other one I wanted to? Spicy Value 41. What's a good budget friendly mini computer to use for streaming? I really haven't streamed on anything other than what I'm streaming on right now. Actually, that's not true. I did the one of my Ace Magician mini gaming PCs. I'm not really sure, to be perfectly honest, if the lower end stuff would be able to handle streaming, but it probably should be able to. Are you looking to do like gaming streams or like streams like this, which is just strictly, camera? If so, you wouldn't need a whole hell of a lot, I don't think. So I don't know, maybe like a $175, $200 mini PC should do the trick. What's the picture hanging on your right? My right? Now I gotta know. My right's this way. On camera, it's the opposite. That over there, that's a X-ray of I think it's a Louis Vuitton bag with like a ton of cash in it. Unless we're talking about the other side, and that's Mick Jagger, depending on how you're seeing things. No, the mini PC is still up. I scheduled that one for a little bit later, so we got 38 minutes left on that. And that link should be pinned at the top of the chat. Screen's fuzzy. I think that it buffers like weird for usually like the first 15 minutes or so. of the, yeah, usually the first 15 minutes. I feel like people always say that off and on. Is everybody seeing me fuzzy tonight, or is it just some people? Are you going to try the Chris Moore light gun build with the awesome question? Both. I have both here. Actually, my buddy, so I got the retro shooters and I did a review on that. I'm going to dive back into that for like a PC, like, because I talked about in that video. I don't know if you guys saw that video. I was critical of the setup of the console, not so much the controllers. I actually like the actual light guns themselves quite a bit. I didn't like the performance with the provided console that comes in there. So I'm going to do another video where I dive back in and show what it's possible, what the experience is like, and the possibilities are like for, using that particular light gun setup if you took it to a regular gaming PC or basically anything other than what they provided you with, because I just think that it's a laggy mess in all honesty. So I'm going to do another video just talking about how the retro shooters are good if you use them with something else. So I'll do that video, but yeah, in the one tomorrow, I dive in with both. So Gun for IR as well as the retro shooters. And I'll give you guys a spoiler on that. It's phenomenal. It really is. It's an outstanding setup. Um, really just well put together. So how can we get a Terminator? So this just came in today. I'm actually going to put this on top of, I have behind me, hard to see, but over there, a T2 light gun cabinet from Arcade 1 Up that I'm going to eventually mod out, and I think I'm going to put Chris Cool Mod's light gun setup in it, actually. So it'll have tons of games, tons of capabilities, and I'm going to put this, rather than a topper, which I saw there were a bunch of toppers out there that you could get for the thing. Some people have actually customized different toppers. They look cool, they light up, but I was like, let me just put this on here, be a little bit different. So the eyes light up on this, and I'm going to paint it. It's not painted right now. It actually looks really good. It looks a little bit duller in person. I think the way that the light's hitting it, it looks a little bit shinier, but I'm going to paint it like chrome so it actually looks like, 100% like Terminator. Heck, and Steve knows what's up. Mick Jagger. Honestly, I love the painting, but I wish they did one of Keith Richards because I'm a huge Keith Richards fan. Yeah, this one's, how much sugar's in this? 6 grams of sugar. That's really not that bad. I'm sure there's all types of shit in here though. So I'm not saying this is healthy by any means, but it's a mushroom blend. Yeah, I think we know what we get into with energy drinks, but I do think this is supposed to be a healthier alternative to like Red Bull. I don't know. I'm not on that end of things. I'm a gamer. I'm not going to give nutritional facts or misinformation on here. Um, BlamCon, yes. So that is a new, and if you just do like a YouTube search for BlamCon, you'll find that they are developing these new light guns, and I'm not really sure, in all honesty, whether they are like Sinden, where you have the border on screen, or if they're like Gun for IR. I want to think they're like Gun for IR, and they basically are putting them in like all different types of like airsoft guns and old style controllers and stuff like that. It looks really interesting. And if you go on their channel, I think they have a channel. I've seen them on YouTube, so they must have a channel. Um, Matter of fact, let me see if I can find their channel, and I'll link you guys over to them because they have some really cool looking stuff on here. Glamcon, but they've got like full on like, holy crap, yeah. So he like demos all these things, and I guess the channel is, I'm seeing Props 3D, and there's a bunch of update videos, but I'm just gonna grab the first one here. Check out this. Even if you just look at the thumbnail, he's got all these different versions in the background. It looks really interesting. So free plug to this guy. Yeah, like, I mean, how many guns does he have in the background there? It's got to be like 40 guns. It looks pretty intense. So I don't know if it's Gun for IR, then it's going to work with just about anything. If it's Sinden, because Sinden doesn't work with Chris Coolmod's new setup, which is unfortunate. I'm not really sure. I have a feeling you could get some of it to work that way. I know he doesn't. He says it's not officially supported or whatever his lingo is for it. But yeah, I think that it's. I think you could get it working if you really wanted to, but maybe not with everything. I'm just not sure. Good information. Yeah, so I don't sell anything, but I'd be happy to steer you in the right direction or tell you where you could get everything from. So I actually have a contact page on my website. So if you just hit the contact, it goes right over to my email. I'm a little bit slow on getting back to people now because I do get a lot more emails every day, but I do get back to everybody. So let's see. Better for richer gaming, modded Wii or your budget HP build? They honestly, they probably line up the same, like specs wise. Um, I really haven't done much with modding weeds, modding weeds, modding Wii's. I've seen a lot of videos on it, but I've just never done it myself, so I really can't compare. But maybe that's a great future video idea right there. I'll have to look into that. Processor. Um, Stay away from Intel if you want like super high end experience. But yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know. Let me give you some ideas. What are we using for this guy here that we're giving away tonight? What is that? That's the Ryzen 7. Ryzen 7 is good because this has honestly been probably like performance wise. This guy has given me the best experience next to the Beelink Sur 6 Max. And the only reason I've inched the Sur 6 Max ahead of this is just because it's much smaller. This one right here is a larger scale. So look at Ryzen. They make some great stuff. And this is AMD as well. Yeah, AMD Ryzen. Yeah. I've reviewed so many of these things and they're all different. And this one specifically looks just like the one I reviewed not long ago from Ace Magic. Like they literally look identical until you get them up close and you can see a little slight differences, but they all blend together for me because I review them sometimes back to back. And I try to space them out on the channel so it's not confusing like that. But yeah, Joshua May, I've been watching BlamCon's development for a while now. It looks good and it's 3D printable with different guns. Developed by Prop. Oh, sweet. So that would certainly make sense for the name of their channel then. Yeah, I've watched a few of their videos, but I haven't watched. I actually should maybe tonight. I'll sit down and watch a whole bunch of them, so I'm a little bit more informed on it. But yeah, it looks really amazing, and the recoil and like feedback that you get from using them. I've seen them test out a bunch of different ones, and like the machine gun ones are on point. Like you're getting like the action on the slide and everything. So yeah, it looks really really amazing. So what do we have left on this? So we've got two. Oh, all right, perfect timing. Literally 0 seconds left on the portable monitor here. So I'm going to draw the winner for that. And then we have still the mini PC coming up. And what do we have left for time on the mini PC? 29 minutes. All right, so let me navigate back over here. And I'm going to draw the winner for the portable monitor. And this does have the touchscreen capabilities as well. All right, just going to refresh the screen. Josh Krausen tonight is the winner for the MINIX. What is the number on this? SF16. My light is glaring off of this. SF16 series portable monitor. So, congratulations, Josh. I will send you an email. I got your email right here. Yes, I do. Sweet. So, I will send you an email tonight. And last week, to anybody that won last week, I was a little bit slow on getting these out to everybody or getting the emails out to everybody. I think I waited till like super late Sunday, probably early morning Monday. So yeah, I will make sure that I email everybody tonight since we just have two tonight. And I will get your shipping address, and if you get back to me tonight, I will get this out tomorrow morning. So let's see. All right, so we have now 28 minutes left, and I'll give you guys another link to this. I think it's pinned at the top, but I pinned it on YouTube earlier, and now I'm coming in through StreamYard. So this link right here is for the mini gaming PC. Good information there. And somebody asked me about Royal Rumble. I'm all over the place in the live chat because I just moved this down. So somebody asked me about who I thought was going to win the Royal Rumble. Let me know what that question was because I'd love to answer that. And I have absolutely no idea. I'll be perfectly honest. I have not been following Raw or SmackDown lately. In fact, SmackDown would be on right now, right? So yeah, I'm a little bit slow on there. But I'm gonna go. Who does the winner go against? Roman's. I know Roman's champ, but is that who they're lining up the winner with for Mania? Yeah, because he's got both belts, right? Can I win the Terminator head? No, but everybody's been asking me about it, so maybe I'll go get one and we'll do a live giveaway for it because this is, I just got this from Romania off a guy on Etsy who makes these. There's actually a bunch of people making them, but I saw like some sketchy reviews for some of them, so I went through for like several days. I found this guy that had great reviews. So maybe then I will go get you guys one and we'll do a giveaway for it. It's really nicely made too. And they did, I saw some that were like, oh, it's not sanded well and the picture looks better than it actually is. This is put together really nicely. I mean, the top's not, you can see like some of the lines on the top, but I'm going to put this over the top of my T2 arcade one up. Once I put it together, you can see it's still in the box behind me. And I'm going to paint it chrome and all that. So I think it's going to be pretty nice in the end. Yeah, Seth got injured, right? I was just thinking that if the winner goes against Roman, right? So what's going on with Seth? If he's injured, then how is he? Because he's got one of the belts too, right? Is he relinquishing it? If Rock wins, we riot. Yeah, I think he's out for a while. I see. My YouTube feed is like all wrestling and then gaming, so I stay up to date on everything. Unfortunately, too up to date on all this crap with Vince McMahon. But that would be good now, but I mean, we've seen that a whole lot. I mean, again, I'm not watching too much these days, but when I was, I mean, they've had several feuds. How about Hulk? He's staying busy down in Florida. He's staying busy roadside with his son. So I watched. Sometimes you know how sometimes you'll be on YouTube and you just get sucked into videos. Like for me, it's super late at night. I'm awful with sleep. So I'll film late at night and then I just can't go to bed right after. So I ended up watching like 35 minutes of body cam footage on his son getting the DUI. I don't know why. It wasn't that entertaining and there was no like drama surrounding it, but I watched that entire video. And Hogan came out to like, I don't know, I guess he was his phone call. So yes, he's busy down there in Florida. Um, That would be a sweet idea, right? And for those of you, I don't know if everybody saw it because I don't think the video had tons of views, but a couple days ago I did a video for Peloton, and they are developing a new mini PC that the specs look great. I'm not supposed to say anything about the specs of it, but they look pretty good. And they are looking for people to vote on the design for the next PC. So people, basically in the video, I was just asking people their opinion on it. So I know a lot of you guys did see it, but it's three different models, and that would be a pretty sweet model if somebody did a skull, like maybe like a special edition limited run skull mini PC. I think that would be pretty sweet. I would buy it. Let's see. James, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thanks again for the opportunity. Definitely the most wholesome channel I follow, man. Appreciate you. Well, I appreciate you, James. Thank you so much. That certainly helps with the the shipping cost of shipping some of these giveaways out each week. So thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. And I'm glad you're enjoying the channel. I try to be, positive and, put out good vibes because you guys put out good vibes. I mean, look at the live chat we've got going here. And we're at 250 people tonight. That's awesome. Definitely awesome. Four-way between, how many is that? Is that one, two, three, four? Okay. All right, the way that it broke it up, I was like, is there 5 names in that fatal four way? So, but is oh, Seth was supposed to be in there though, right? And he's not now. Something like that. All right, here we go. Here's all the details for some of us that are slow. Roman Reigns is still champ, but he's being contested by LA Knight, Randy Orton, and I forget the third guy in SmackDown who's been Solo Sakai. Gotcha. Okay, got it. Yes and no. Gauntlet Legends is an RPG, right? Love that. Obsessed with that. Um, so yeah, I mean, it depends. I'm into like such random stuff, and I feel like I go through like phases where I'm like racing games, sports games, RPGs, um, shooting games, and I'm just like all over the place. For retro, especially for retro gaming, I'm really am all over the place. That's what I was thinking. So The Rock, everybody's been talking about The Rock coming in, and now he's on the board of directors too. So, um, yeah, I could see that, especially if he only has to come in and do a rock bottom, throw somebody over the top as the 30th entrant. Then that seems like that could make a lot of. It would be a huge pop too, a huge publicity thing. Um, Somebody was telling me they thought that Brock was going to come back, and now Brock's been named and all that drama with Vince. Not that I think that the company really probably gives too many shits about that. I don't think they do. Walking stick Hogan for president. That's a good one. There we go. That could be a T-shirt. Looking like it was looking like Gandalf too in the video that I watched of him coming to his son's aid with the DUI, with the hair kind of longer than usual. He had the staff there, NWO shirt, of course. Agreed. Yeah, I feel like always been a big Randy Orton fan. Since he first came out back in the day, that's when I was watching it the most. L.A. Knight, I like a lot. What was L.A. Knight's name in TNA? Because I watched TNA a lot back then. Why am I blanking on that? Yeah, L.A. Knight's good though. I like him on the mic too. He's getting older too, even though he's not been with WWE for a long time. Yeah, they've been teasing that for years though. I hope it comes. I hope it comes to be though, because Rock's not getting any younger, and I think it would make sense to kind of pass the torch, even though he's already passed the torch years ago with the whole Cena thing. I haven't. I watched the first 2 seasons. Yeah, I'll second that. That would be really cool. That's a great idea. And this is actually, I was thinking that because I've gotten some 3D printed stuff in the past and they've been really flimsy. This is solid right here. This is definitely solid. This could easily house a. Are there any like 3D printing people in the live chat tonight? Because I know that there's a lot of stuff that you can do with 3D printing. I don't have the time to figure that stuff out, honestly. But I have some awesome ideas for like 3D printing stuff, like things that you could make from it. But I would have no idea how to execute that stuff and don't have the time to figure it out. I'm way behind on the live chat. So if anybody asks me questions, I always say this because I don't want to come off as rude or like I'm dodging people or anything like that. If you ask me a question, send it again because I'm just so far behind right now. I don't think so. And by the way, how you doing? I know you're always here, so I appreciate you always tuning in. Without you guys, this would not be possible. So thank you so much. I don't. I'm gonna have to disagree with you though. I don't think he's got a single leg drop left in him. That leg is gonna drop him. Um, let's see. I wouldn't know what to do with the 3D printer, and to be perfectly honest. So, um, yeah. 100%. And we don't want to see that. I mean, I remember watching him wrestle Sting in TNA, and that was bad. And that's probably what, like 12 years ago at this point. I don't even know if he was doing the leg drop at that point. Nice. I haven't even played that one, to be perfectly honest. If you were going to buy a plug and play, either console or hard drive, which would you go with? So for the hard drive, I'd go with the 5 terabyte that I reviewed a couple weeks ago on Amazon. And actually, I gave that away last Friday here on the channel. That's just like a great selection of tons of different things. So it's well balanced. Chris Coolmat has some great stuff too. And his is just put together on like a higher level than everybody else's. But I mean, his prices are, up there as well. Obviously, he's got the 96 terabyte, which somebody said that I'll have to look that up, but somebody said he's got like 112 now terabyte. I don't know if he's upgraded the 96 or what's going on there, but um, yeah, his stuff is always pretty on point. And tomorrow I have a video coming out going through his light gun setup. So yeah, that's a pretty sweet setup. And if you're into light gun games and you have either the retro shooters or gun for IR, you're gonna love that setup. So I'll give you guys that little spoiler here. Favorite wrestling theme music. I like Cody's currently. If I had to go back, probably the NWO Hendrix entrance. I thought that was pretty cool. What else is good? Stone Cold Steve Austin. I mean, how can you go wrong with the shattering glass and his walkout? I think that it's just like an instant. I mean, it pops for itself. So I think that's iconic. Nice. I'm gonna. Does he do like larger scale stuff? I mean, not large. I mean, if he did that, then he would do. I want to. What I'd like to do, and there's actually plans that you can get for free online. Anybody remember the original prototype for the original Xbox? I did a video on it. Not. I mean, I don't want to say not long ago. It was probably like 2 years ago. But you can get the plans for 3D printing that. Haven't seen anybody do it yet, but I would love to see that done. I would pay for it, to be perfectly honest, because I would love to have that on my desk. There's these little like clocks that people um, that were on the developing side, like the developers for the original Xbox, got as like their gift, and I forget the guy's name, but if you have to find like the perfect way to phrase it for Google to actually pull it up. But they were these little paperweight clocks, and I think they were made of platinum, if I'm not mistaken. And everybody that was on the team got one. So I think there's like 100 of them out there. But one came up on Shop Goodwill once. This is going back like a year and a half, 2 years ago, and I was bidding on it, but it went for way more than at the time I was prepared to pay for it. But they were like this big or so like the size of a mini PC. And of course, I set this thing off every time I do that. But I would love to make one of those just because the odds of ever finding one now is just slim. But yeah, that's what I would like to do. And there's plans for them for free on online. There's a couple different plans, so I know it could be done. Um, DX. I saw somebody say DX. Yes, DX entrance music on point as well. Carnival, I just played with my stepson the other night. I was setting up the Chris Cool mod setup, and he came down, and I was like, "Let me just plug all this in, and hopefully it works." And it did. And I have two gun for IRs, so he grabbed one, and we were playing Carnival. And I have a video on how to um, get that rocking on Botacera too, if if you're a Botacera guy. Nice, that's awesome. So many like practical things like that that you could do with those and do yourself. That's pretty cool. 122 terabyte or a 12 terabyte? 122 would be insane, but they're out there. I mean, Chris Coolmont's got one like that now. The 12 terabyte, everybody's been asking me about the 12 terabyte, and somebody said that I reviewed it, and I was like, did I? Because I don't, I don't remember everything that I've reviewed on here, especially when they blend together. But I definitely didn't. I had to literally do a YouTube search on myself to find out. But I just ordered the 12 terabyte off of Amazon, so I will review that one as well on here. Steve Jobs, I do. Did you get anywhere with that? You had like the TV box. Did you say which one it was? But I do. Don't trust Timu. I had a good experience with them, but I've heard that they have and I just bought like just random stuff one day, and I did a video unboxing, the stuff that I got. It actually wasn't terrible quality, but I guess there's issues with them like handing out people's information, and that's obviously never a good thing. So, um on that side, then yes, I would be concerned if that's what people are saying they've experienced. I haven't had any issues like that, but I don't anticipate everybody that orders from them does. But in terms of like the quality of the stuff I got, it's actually stuff I have all of it still. And I just got like mouse pads, and I got one controller that was actually name brand. So I think it just depends what you get and all that. And they didn't know it was coming to me or anything, because I know some people will just like, obviously, if a YouTuber that they think is going to film something, is buying, they'll try to put their best foot forward. But it wasn't a situation like that, at least. Um, let's see. Yeah, so there you go. Some people have had bad experiences, but I bought just like cheap stuff. I didn't buy like mini PCs, which I know now they're selling a lot of mini PCs. I definitely wouldn't go there for it. And in fact, I really try to tell people just stick with Amazon. Even if you get like the same model and it's $20 higher on Amazon, you have that reassurance of if it craps out or there's an issue with it right out of the box, you can go through that, really simple return process and drop it off at UPS or Staples or whatever the next day and get your refund right then and there. Or they'll exchange it. So I think that goes a long way, even if they aren't the cheapest price. Yeah, I don't usually. I try to again. That brings home what I just said. I try to stick with Amazon, because if anybody, anything doesn't live up to your expectations, it's what, 2 clicks to initiate a return and drop it off the next day. I mean, you really can't beat that. So AliExpress, plus the fact that on AliExpress, I have bought stuff from them. I think I've always had a good experience, but you have that wait time getting stuff too. I mean, what's it, like 6 to 10 weeks sometimes? Sometimes they surprise you and it comes like 3 days later from DHL, but usually you're waiting a while. What would you say is the best retro gaming setup, game stick or mini PC build that plays the most games for under 400? Nothing is like plug and play as in like a PC bundled with a drive. Nothing's really like that with like high end stuff. You can get some stuff that's decent on Amazon, but you're gonna get through like at best N64, PS1, and Dreamcast. I've yet to see anything that's truly plug and play, like all inclusive setup that can get you beyond that. So you would have to go with like getting a mini PC, then getting a drive. And $400, you could probably do like you could do the 5 terabyte setup. What is that? Actually, that's like $300. You'd probably have to go like a 2 terabyte game drive, and I've reviewed several of them from Amazon. They're all pretty good. You just have to honestly watch my videos, not to plug myself, but watch my videos and see if what I got in those videos lined up with what you're looking for in terms of games and game collections. If you find one of those 2 terabyte setups, they're not outrageously priced. You can get one of those with like a, I have the Boss Game mini PC that I'm going to mod the Blitz cabinet over there with. That's like $150. So 150, then a 2 terabyte drive. I don't know what, 60, $70 on Amazon, something like that. So you'd be well under 400 at that rate. You're not going to get into like PS3 though. Switch, you'd probably get into some games with Switch. You'd get into PS2, so you'd still have a good experience in the end. I announced the winner for the not the mini PC, for the touchscreen monitor. And I'll name that person again. That was Josh Krausen. So the other one is up in 8 minutes. And I'll give you guys the link. Actually, I think it's pinned at the top of the live chat, but I'll shoot it over to you guys right here for the mini PC. So we got about 8 minutes left on this. Seagate's good. I always stick with Seagate. In fact, tomorrow's video on the Chris Cool Mod setup, he's using Seagate drives. And I mentioned that in the video that the drives that I have from Chris Cool Mod that I got the setup on were Seagate, and I love Seagate. It's literally the only drives that I'll use, aside from SSDs. SSDs, I'll use like Samsung. I'll switch it up with SSDs because they're a little bit higher quality usually. But with regular, regular drives, Seagate's always the way to go. And they have a bunch of different product lines too, so you could find some really great options with them. I just ordered the one on Amazon, so I'm going to, and I'll actually check on that right now. That one wasn't like your typical Amazon order where it comes like 2 hours later, or not 2 hours later, but I feel like usually I order something on Amazon, it comes the next day or the day after. This one was a little bit longer of a wait, so I got that in here. It's on my second page because I ordered too much stuff. January 30th to February 9th, and that's the Kinhank 12 terabyte external drive. And it's broken up into 3 different setups, so I assume that's probably Retrobat, Launchbox, Play Night. If I had to guess, I don't have it open in front of me, but yeah. So sometime in the next 10 days, it should be here. I was actually surprised that it was that far out. So I'm jumping down to the bottom of the live chat again. So again, if you guys ask me questions that I didn't respond, just ask them again. Best CPU. I'd have to look into that a little bit further, or to pick off the top of my head. Send me a message through my website. There's a contact page there. Just send me a message with like that same thing, and then I'll pull up some options for you and send them over, because I don't want to just name some stuff off the top of my head and it not pan out for you. What's the most I can push it system wise? Um, you should be able to get into some Switch with that, and I think it's actually a pretty decent experience. If I remember correctly, it's been a while since I did that video where I took that exact same. Actually, I took the G2, not the G3. But I believe spec wise, they're very much aligned. So yeah, it should be able to get into Switch. No problem with PS2, GameCube, Wii. You won't be able to do PS3 though, unfortunately. But everything else you should be able to get into. You may have some limitations within Switch, but I think the majority of those would work. Did he resign today? I figured that was coming. How could you not with those allegations? And what's the deal with that? So he agreed to pay $3 million to keep that woman quiet, and then he didn't pay her the second and third payment. Is that the story that we're going with that? That seems like a typical like rich guy thing to do. Pay somebody to be quiet and then not actually make the payments on it. Bought too many PCs watching your channel. Awesome. I assume you had good experiences. Hopefully the first one wasn't a bust and you had to buy another one because I steered you wrong the first time. Hopefully both worked out for you. But thank you so much for the kind words and support. I really appreciate that. The flash drive was too slow. Oh, okay. So did you swap out the flash drive, get something that's quicker, and it worked out? Or did you have to just go to like a totally different setup? Definitely agree with you there. Mayu Mini, I'm actually a big fan of. I was pleasantly surprised by what they offer. So I've had great experiences. I've reviewed them here on the channel. In fact, they have a revised one that I reviewed, I want to say 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago, something like that. Is only one seller that was selling it that way with Onion OS on there on like the stock card that comes with it. So if you can go with that version, and I should have a link in the description of that. That's the best way to do it. Or even if you don't, if you just go on Amazon and you get one and you put Onion OS on a micro SD card yourself, you could totally do that too. But I think they were charging like $20 more to have it already ready to go, and it had games on it too. So if they're still doing that, and I don't know if they are, but if they are, then that's the way to tackle that, because Onion OS is phenomenal on the Maya Mini. Raspberry Pi. I've been thinking about doing a video on that. Um, just because people are still buying Raspberry Pis to turn into, to either mod arcade one up cabinets or to just game on. And I think it's just a terrible idea. I know Raspberry Pi 5 has some great capabilities beyond what was done in the past, and people have figured out ways to, improve the experience now that Pi's 5s have been out for a little while. But the price point on getting like just the single board and then getting all the accessories that you would need, it comes out to the same as if you just got a mini PC. So with the capabilities of a mini PC, just far exceeding that, and just look at like the RAM alone, you get so much more for your money if you just did mini PCs. So I think I will do that video, just kind of comparing, just looking at the specs even and just comparing the experience side by side. Not to take away from Raspberry Pi 5s, they're definitely an advancement from what they've done in the past. I just don't think that it makes sense, and you're still dealing with like the price gouging on those products too, where people are just buying up whatever comes becomes available, slapping a higher price tag on it and putting it on like Amazon and stuff like that. I just think that there's just too much shitty stuff going on with the Pis these days, just because they have become so known for, the different capabilities that they have. So that's my take on it, and I'm sure there's people that disagree with that, and that's fine. Differences of opinion are certainly welcomed here. Great question here from Richard. Which do you prefer, Amtrak Sinden or Gun for IR? Gun for IR these days I feel like is compatible with more things. I like Sinden a lot, and I like Sinden with Batocera because you have everything pre-installed on the latest versions of Batocera. The last, I think, the last three or four different versions, or latest updates rather, has Sinden ready to go. So you could dive into, you don't have to map anything. You just dive into like Time Crisis 2 for PS2 now, and it automatically syncs up. You could jump in there, start playing. I love that aspect, but if you're going to use something else, like if you're going to go out and get Chris Coolmod's new setup, you go with Gun for IR because Sinden doesn't work on there. It's a trade off, unfortunately. There's pros and cons to everything, but Gun for IR is pretty sweet. And I just got that in the last like week or so. I've been playing around with Gun for IR, and I mean, it's a great experience. And you can get recoil with both of them too. So aim track I've found to be, I had trouble getting that set up, and I did dive into that several years ago. So things do change, and even if you jumped into Sinden a couple years ago, it was a different experience than it is now. Just, things have changed so much. So I feel like I can't give aim track like a fair shake now because it's been so long since I, dove into that. It definitely has better, some great capabilities, but I think from a price standpoint, it just, if you're going into it purely for gaming, I think you could just invest your money elsewhere and have it make more sense and give you way more, even with the advancements that the Pi 5 has. I think you have more advancements with mini PCs, honestly. I've used Crucial SSDs actually, um, and they are very good. Yeah, SSDs I'll go with different brands on because I've tested more SSDs, but with hard drives, I definitely stick, to what, you know, with what I know. Are you talking about me, or are you talking about Vince McMahon? I feel like you're talking about Vince McMahon, and we're going to touch on that. My buddy, I was texting with my friend yesterday, and I just texted him. He's an old school wrestling fan, hasn't watched anything new since I dragged him to like Hell in the Cell probably 7 years ago. But I just texted him and said, "Hey, did you see the news on Vince McMahon?" And I just linked him to the story. And I said, "I guess he's canceled now." And he texted me back, "He should be canceled off the mustache alone." And I was dying laughing. So I'm just assuming you're talking about Vince McMahon. how powerful of a PC? Pretty powerful. This one that I'm giving away tonight, and I'm going to check on the time on that. It's up, so I'm going to pull the winner for that right now. But this has, what's the specs on this? Speeds it up to like 4.75 gigahertz. We've got the AMD Ryzen 7 in here, so you got to have good everything, honestly, for PS3. PS3 is really picky, so that's yeah. You're probably like price wise, you're probably looking at like at a minimum of $350 for a mini PC that's going to get you into PS3. And it may not be even phenomenal at that price point. You may not be able to get into every single title that the emulator offers. And that's, a separate issue in of itself. Not every game for PS3 can be emulated. Even if you had like the best mini PC or best gaming PC out there, there are limitations with the emulator too. So yeah, PS3 is dicey. This works great though, but this is a $600 mini gaming PC, so it's definitely gonna, you know, cost you a few bucks. All right, so let's pull the winner now for this right here, which is the Kamrui AM08 Pro mini gaming PC. So let me find that window. I've got like 12 windows open on here, so bear with me. So how many people entered this one? And I think everybody got like 3 entries. So 574 people, 1410 for entries. So quite a few of you guys. All right. And special thanks to Kamrui who actually provided this. So definitely want to, give them their due. All right, so we're going to draw one winner. Best of luck to everybody. Take me a second here. So, and everybody's been mentioning this guy here. So, we are going to, I'll probably pick up one of these for you guys. And if you guys are interested, we'll do a giveaway for this in, a couple weeks because it did take me a little while to get this in. So, let me find that screen now. We should be good. Refresh it. All right, so the winner of the Kamrui mini gaming PC, this is the AM08 Pro, is Colin McManus. So, Colin, congratulations. I will send you an email later tonight, and I'm going to be on point with that because last week I was a little bit slow on emailing everybody. And Colin McManus, I will send you an email, get your shipping address, and you are in the U.S. That's awesome. Save me a couple dollars on shipping. Colin McManus, I was thinking Ireland, but U.S. it is. Sweet. All right, guys. So that's our 2 giveaways for tonight. Now, next week, I'm going to do, what do we have for next week? We're going to give away Chris Coolmod's light gun setup. He was kind enough to send an additional one out. He will probably be here in the live chat as well. But I'm going to have, we'll call him a co-host next week. Heckin' Steve's going to be here, and he's going to share the screen with me, and we're going to talk to you guys together and talk about gaming and all that fun stuff. Scotland with a name like that. Yeah, there you go. Could be Scotland, but he is in the U.S., which is awesome. Actually, the last couple weeks, it's been a lot of Australian winners, which, there's a pricey shipping cost associated with that, but it was, it is what it is. I originally was going to do this just for the U.S., viewers, and then I was like, that doesn't seem right because I actually have a lot of people that watch the channel from Australia, which is cool. A lot of people in the UK, few in Ireland. Germany's a big one. It's interesting because there's a page on like in my YouTube studio, which gives me access to everything on the backside. I can see like where the I guess we'll call them territories are of viewers, and obviously US would be the biggest one, but there was a lot of people in Australia and Germany and not much for Asia, but yeah, a lot of Europe. There you go. Come from the land down under. Nice. Brazil. I don't see too many people from Brazil on here. Once in a while. Nice. Awesome. Scotland. Always keeping tabs on where people are seeing me. Canadians too. There you go. And Chris Kumod's up there in Canada too. And I'm sure he'll be here next Friday. He usually does pop into the live chats from time to time. And I was going to actually ask him if he wanted to come on here and because I can bring some guests on here and stuff. And I think that'd be cool. Maybe I'll bring some of you guys in the future too. I'm trying to find new ways to keep this fun and exciting for everybody. So, absolutely. And thanks for always showing up. You're always here and watching the premieres and all that stuff. So, really appreciate you and everybody else that supports the channel because I wouldn't be doing these if, I was just alone here with a camera. So, James, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Once again, thanks for the opportunity, man. You're to keep up with the great work. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I like really appreciate that. Certainly helps with the shipping costs and all of that. And I've said this before. Thank you guys for watching these because without you guys watching it, these companies wouldn't have taken notice. And a lot of the stuff gets sent over here now. It's crazy. I've been doing these live streams for the last almost I'd say 2 months or so, and my inbox is getting filled with companies that want to send me stuff because they know what I do with the stuff after I do a review video. Um, and that doesn't guarantee that I'm going to give them a positive review. I've unfortunately done a few negative reviews, from stuff that was sent to me, but I think you have to do stuff in a honest way. So they know that going in that sometimes it's not going to go, in their favor, but it is what it is. You can't. I hate when people like change the narrative to, just because they're getting paid for something. I don't get paid from any of the stuff that I review. I know that that's what a lot of people think. I don't. I don't take payment from literally any of these companies. So they do send free products, but you guys see what I do with them. So RC from NYC, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Means the world to me. And you're always super generous and always present in the premieres, the live chats, of course, the live streams rather. Thank you so much. Really, really, really appreciate that. And you're somewhat local too. I'm not far from NYC. So at least we've had a few warmer days, right? Although today was pretty chilly, but yesterday was pretty good. I actually went out like this yesterday. So that was good. That's okay. Spell check always gets me. Are you on your phone? Because I've sent some crazy text messages to people. I'll just be texting back to people, and then I look at it after I sent it, and I'm like, I don't even know what I was trying to say to you anymore. The phones have a mind of their own. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Glad that I'm relatable. There you go. 26, almost 30. Yeah, I'm 33 now. Getting old. 31. The demographic for the channel is 26 to 72. That's they break it down however they break it down. I guess because when you sign up with YouTube, you have a Google account, and some people put in their age on there. I think it might be a requirement that you have to put in your age. So you got some old timers watching too that are much older than all of you guys here. So 48, 50, Yoda, the group 50. There's somewhere out there. There's at least one 72-year-old. So it's probably one person that signed up to figure out what to get their grandkids for Christmas one year. Colin had, where is it? No, you're on point. 1L. You got it. 55. All right. There you go. Old soul. Yeah, I was watching a Fortnite stream the other day because I've never streamed like actually playing games. And I was watching somebody playing Fortnite at like 2 in the morning, which I think they were in California, so it wasn't as late for them with the 3 hour delay. But yeah, it was a different vibe in there. I love how cool everybody is in here. It's just a fun vibe in the live chat on these live streams. And yeah, it was a different situation. And they're just trash talking. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do, because I'm not, just because I have a gaming channel does not mean that I'm phenomenal, especially at modern day games. Like if I did a Fortnite stream, people would just light me up. I'm sure of it. But that might be fun too. I don't know. Wow, 76 degrees in Maryland. They got to come down to Maryland. Yeah, yesterday was pretty warm here, but I feel like it was like high 40s, like 48, 49, and I mean, that's warm compared to it was like 10 below last week. Glad to hear it. Really appreciate that. 45, 33, 31, under 52. Yeah, definitely. There you go. And I think I've actually mentioned this in the past. There was a company that reached out to me and they're like, "Would you review our product?" And usually that's the extent of what people say. And I was like, "Yeah, no problem. I'll review your product. I mean, anybody can send me anything if it, I mean, unless it's something weird that doesn't line up with what I'm interested in. Because at the end of the day, I have to be interested in it. But it was a game console. So retro game console, no problem. They sent it out to me, and then they mailed me separately a contract. It was like not a contract, a script, 6-page script that I had to sign off on the last page, and they wanted me to follow it literally word for word. And I ripped it up and I put it back in the envelope and I mailed it back to them with the product. And I told them that's not how we didn't talk about that, and that's not how I'm going to do things here. So yeah, I hate doing negative review stuff, and I don't have many negative review things, but sometimes I feel like there's been a few lately though. So I was going to do a live stream on Tuesday, and I just ended up with way too much on my plate that night, and I also had another video scheduled for that night, so I ended up canceling it. So I'm going to do it soon. Hopefully I'll get it done, and I don't know if I'll live stream me putting it together because you guys might see another side to me as I'm trying to wrestle that thing together. And you might not like it with how brutal those can be to get together. Or maybe it'll be really a viral video of me just drop kicking the damn thing to get all the pegs lined up. But yeah, hopefully in the next couple of days I'll get that done. And I have the vinyl wrap coming in. Finally, got that solved for the NFL Blitz cabinet because NFL Blitz is going to become Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and I know that's going to upset some people. But here's the good thing about that. I'm modding it so it's going to have um, tons of games on there, and I will have actually more NFL Blitz games than what's currently on there. So I'm not getting away from NFL Blitz. I'm just changing the outside shell of it and all that. So I've actually gone back and forth on that because I really do love NFL Blitz, but I'm gonna have or I already have a pinball machine that I'm gonna bring down here that's Indiana Jones themed. So I kind of wanted to have two different things with that sort of vibe to it, and then I'm going to do the T2 cabinet, which again is right back here. It needs to be assembled. Hopefully, my daughter's been asking to do that with me because she did the last one with me. She's 4 though, so her helping me was her just eating a bowl of ice cream on the couch watching me do it. But she enjoyed it, so it was a good time. What would everybody want to see? I see you have the Rust, and I've been looking into Rust. I've never played Rust, and I've heard great things. But what would if I did a live stream gaming? What do you guys want to see me do? Do you want to see me play retro games? Because I could totally do that, or we could do. Okay, we're zooming out, or we could do modern day stuff. Minecraft. I've never played Minecraft. Never in my life. My name is not Rick, but um, welcome, Rick. My name's Chase. So yeah, I've never kept my name like secret, but I know a lot of people have asked me why I don't use my name. People always called me Retro Gaming Guy on here, and I just kind of went with it. But yeah, my name's Chase, and if you email me, I go by Chase. So all good. All right, cool. Could do that. Joanne, thank you so much for watching and tuning in all this time. Really appreciate it, especially on a Friday night. I know that you guys could be doing a lot of other things, so I certainly appreciate it. I would love to come to Australia. That's one of the few places I haven't been to and want to go to. There's some place I've been all over Europe, and yeah, I don't really have a desire to go to too many. Like Ireland, I'd like to go to. I've never been to Ireland, never been to Scotland, never been to. I've been to England, but didn't see much there. I spent about 3 or 4 days in England, a long time ago. But yeah, I'd love to. Perfect. There's not too many of us. There's more now than when I was growing up, though. I will say that. I'm going 49ers, although I know that's not. That's just who I think will win, not personal. So I do apologize. Obviously, I'm a Detroit fan, but yeah, I'm just going 49ers because I called it at the beginning of the season as I thought the 49ers would go to the Super Bowl. So I'm just hedging that bet. That's all it is. Nothing personal. Because then I could say, hey, I called it at the beginning of the year. Rick, was Rick Review Tech? No, that's Rich. 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 It's Rich, right? Review Tech is Rich. Am I right on that? I haven't watched his stuff in forever. He doesn't seem very nice. Just gonna say it. Yes, sure. Retro gaming guy on there without a. I'm gonna type it so you know what my name is on there because retro gaming guy was taken, so I had to be. That's how it is. It doesn't have an I and there's only one G. But yeah, could definitely do that. Yeah, I just got that today. So that was shipped to me from Romania. Found a guy on Etsy that was making these. Actually, there's a lot of people on Etsy. This guy is the only one I found with like consistent reviews. And I want to put it on top of my T2 cabinet when I finally assemble that, which I will do very soon. And they have like toppers you can make or get made for that. And they look pretty cool. But I mean, I've seen so many people use the same topper. I was like, I want to get an actual skull of T2, and I'm going to spray paint it so it's like chromed out. I'll cover up the eyes so those don't get overspray on them. But it's battery powered too, so the eyes actually light up. So that'll be fun to mount that, and I think it's like the perfect height because that's a flat top. The top of that is like flat. So yeah. Oh, nice, sweet. That'll be good. Nice. I have not played that. I'm like so behind on things. Rich does some strange stuff on his channel. Yeah, I liked his old stuff like years and years ago. Um, yeah, I don't know. It feels like it's just kind of gone off the rails a little bit. Um, Even like the DK oldies stuff, like he had good information, and I beat a dead horse with that stuff too. I'll be the first to admit it. We all kind of, you know, we did what people wanted to see for the most part, but the information was always valid, I think, anyways, at least the stuff that I covered about GK oldies. But I feel like after a while, after like the fifth console that he tested out, it just got to be like, okay, like we get it. Anybody that's still buying from them, wants to buy from them, and it is what it is. So that's why I don't cover DK oldies at all anymore personally. But I see some of the other YouTubers, him and what's the other guy that I actually like the other guy, um, his buddy that he always shouts out. And Steve will be on next week, and he did a video recently, actually. So Heck and Steve's going to be on next week. I know I mentioned that earlier, but for anybody that didn't hear me mention that, I'm going to have Heck and Steve on. He has an awesome YouTube channel, really entertaining stuff, and he's funny as hell. So he's going to kind of co-host the live stream next week with me. But he did a video on Jacob R. That's his name, just kind of like a roast, and he does like fun stuff like that where he'll like roast people, but it's not done like maliciously. Jacob R, yeah, there we go. um and Jacob R actually like watched his video, and like they went back and forth like in a very like fun and nice way. And just having seen that interaction, Jacob R seems like a really cool guy, really down to earth, and just doesn't take himself too seriously. So that was cool to see. There's a few YouTubers out there that I definitely like. Retro Gaming Corpse is a good one. Who is one that I just saw that's just like fairly new? I gotta start writing stuff down because my memory is shot. But yeah, there's a lot of good YouTubers coming up that are putting out really good information. Yeah, he said, yeah, you're right. He did have a lot more stuff. I do like his stuff, but I like you don't watch everything anymore. I used to watch everything just to stay up to date. And he would get stuff, and I think he still does get stuff before it even comes out, which is certainly nice to get the heads up. Wicked with the package from China. Pow Kitty. I haven't seen. Pow Kitty's got a new product out too, right? There you go. Yeah, it's tough. I think it's tough to especially if you're not like somebody that is really like face to face with the camera and engaging with people. Like you don't have that. People are solely tuning in to see what you're doing and to learn about like tech and stuff like that. If you don't have that like personal connection, I think it just kind of I don't know, it sections you off quite a bit. So I think that kind of works against it a little bit too. I started my stuff. TechTweave, there we go. That's a good channel. I just recently found out about TechTweave last couple weeks. Retro Dodo is good too. Retro Dodo's been around for a while. He's got some really good stuff. Yeah, TechTweave definitely has some good information on his stuff. I bought a Dreamcast. What's the Dreamcast situation like? Let me read this. I felt it. Paid a little too much for it. Well, that goes with the territory. But it was working. Can't complain too much. What did you pay, if you don't mind? I won't. Dreamcast is expensive just in general, so I'm not sure what they charge for it, but um, yeah, I like the Dreamcast. I had a Dreamcast. That was actually it's been a while now. I got rid of it because I was just burning through controllers. I think I just had bad luck with the controllers. I was constantly like having an issue, and then I didn't know how to repair it. Those are actually tough to take apart. I took one apart, and I couldn't get the damn thing back together. So I bought a bunch of them on eBay. I like 5 or 6 controllers, and I was playing multiplayer a lot with my stepson at the time. So we were using two, and it would like one would crap out, a couple buttons would crap out. I'd get another one, and after a while, it was just like, why am I even doing this when I have a PC with all these games on it, anyways? So I ended up getting rid of it and selling it on eBay. But love Dreamcast. I grew up playing Dreamcast. That's my favorite retro game console from the 90s. So Powkitty does release them a lot. I mean, Ambernick does too. They've slowed down though. Ambernick for a while, I felt like every 2 months was putting out a new handheld, and nothing changed on them for the most part. Nothing against them. I think they put out good products, but it was just like we slightly changed one thing about this, but it does exactly the same thing internally, to the point where I just stopped reviewing them for a while. Now they seem to be holding back a little bit, and we do see at least some adjustments along the way where it does improve things. But I mean, at the end of the day, we're going to see a lot of handhelds that do the same thing. For that price point that they find is the sweet spot. I think you just kind of, for the most part, will max out at the same spot the majority of the time. Not familiar with Nerd on a Budget. I'll have to check that one out. Yeah, my YouTube feed is so strange. I was talking to Steve, Heck and Steve, who will be on next week with me, about that today. It's just like the most random assortment of like wrestling stuff, music stuff, gaming stuff, tech stuff, and yeah, really $99 for a Dreamcast? That's not bad at all. I mean, what is? I hate to compare it to eBay because it is a slightly different experience. But what is? I mean, what is a Dreamcast going for these days? This is where I need Heck and Steve because he knows like exactly what everything is worth and all that stuff. Oh, pre-owned one for 43 minutes left, 36 bucks. Oh, benefits charity, $20 shipping though. There's one for 140, but it comes with 7 games and a controller. 99 bucks on here, new listing, $20 shipping. Nah, it doesn't seem like a bad price at all for TK Oldies. I haven't been to their website in a long time. Let's see what they're selling for. When was this? Was this a while ago? Yeah, I go back and forth with new stuff. I like some new stuff. Like I play a lot of Fortnite because my stepson got me into it. He got me into it years ago, and I didn't like it. And I would just play with him just to, I would like half-ass it and didn't just wasn't about it at all. Now I'll tell you what changed it. I'm an Indiana Jones fan, and they had a skin for Indiana Jones, so I started playing as Indiana Jones. So it was like I wanted to play it just simply for something as dumb as being able to have a skin with him on it. And it's a cool looking skin. I still play with that one. It's either that or Terminator. But yeah, I got into it slowly, and now I actually like Fortnite. But I like it because it's casual for me. Like I don't want to jump into a long career mode or campaign mode in a modern day game because I just don't have the time to dive into it like that. So with those, it's like you dive in for 20-minute match. And I could play one game or I could play 2 games and you know move on. So I like stuff like that. And then like the live Call of Duty, I'm dead before I hit the ground in that game. I've tried so many times to play that like live with people. They're brutal. So Dreamcast now and DK Oldies console only is 150, which seems like a high price for a console only, but honestly, I thought it would be more outrageous than that. Even what are they getting for N64 console these days? I have thought about like buying again from them and just seeing what the experience is like. Acceptable N64 84. That's not outrageous, unless they deem acceptable being that they like threw it out of the back of a moving truck. Other than that, though, I don't think that's outrageous. Let's see. Just catching up on the live chat while I was looking at a different one. Taki Udon is cool. I do like that channel a lot. Do it, Josh. Do it. I tell everybody that ever says, I'm thinking about doing a channel, do it. Just do it. There's so much content out there, but everybody's an individual. So you could have a different take than me on stuff. I think that it's such a great time to get into YouTube. And, if you're in it for the right reasons, you're good to go. And you always have good information in the live chat too, so I know you're knowledgeable about this stuff. Who wants to see an old guy talking about retro? Plenty of people do. 100% plenty of people do. Do it. The hardest part is just like putting yourself on camera, I think. But for me, that wasn't a problem because nobody that I actually knew that I started a channel until like a year later. My wife knew that was it. I don't think she watched the video until I started doing live streams, though. I tried to play Rust. It's like Naked and Afraid meets Sims Castaway. Couldn't play more than 5 minutes. I'm a game controller kind of girl. Yeah, I've watched the trailer for that game and like gameplays, and it looks cool, but I'm so like stuck in my ways. That's the hardest thing for me. Like, I think the older I get, I don't branch out much. I do the same thing because I'm comfortable doing it. Like even when I review, mini PCs like this one right here, I have to like fight myself to not jump into the same games because I know that people are going to get bored watching me play Virtua Tennis and Cruising World and like all the games that I love to play. But it's just like muscle memory diving into the same stuff. So I agree. You got to do it. And I will listen, start a channel, do some videos, and I'll shout you out. Not that, I have massive influence, but I'll do what I can for you. I've heard of Red Magic Android phones, but I've never personally tried them. I've heard that though. Not if I get to him first. Just kidding. Yeah, I'm just so bad with that. Like literally, I didn't think you could die in the air, but I could do it 3, 4 times in a row, no problem. And that's with me trying to go to like the edge of the map where I assume nobody is, or riding it until it kicks me out. Yeah, and I agree. 99 is definitely good. I was expecting him to say like $200. So, I mean, with the games too, the games are worth money though. Like Dreamcast games definitely cost a few bucks unless you have like something that nobody wants, but decent title definitely goes for a few bucks. Yeah, so now you guys are making me not want to try Rust. Yeah, I think it's definitely um, worth exploring the option. Yeah, those games are insane. Like, what does the House of the Dead go for? Like a complete version, like $800 or something crazy like that. And not to incite a riot, but I mean, is the Saturn that good? It's good. It's a good console, but is it that good? I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, Call of Duty. I just played the campaign version of the last one, and I can get through that because I have it set on easy. But yeah, I don't know. See, Josh, you got some support right here in the live chat. I think you're good. I'm the same way, and that's why I like Gauntlet Legends because I'll choose like even in a game like that where you have different, weapons and different characters with different specialties, I'll be the warrior that's just like hand-to-hand combat with an axe right up in people's face. That's yeah, I'm 100% in line with you there. Even in like I'll play Fortnite and I can't snipe. Like once in a while, I'll get lucky and I'll grab that capture and throw it up in a YouTube short to act like I'm something. But no, I'm pretty terrible with the sniper. I play with Heck and Steve a lot. And he'll be here again to say it for the 100th time. He'll be here next Friday to join me on this live stream, and he pretty much carries me around that map. And anytime there's a sniper, I'm like, just take the sniper. I'll take the shotgun because if they're right in front of me, I'll be able to hit them. So that's pretty much me gaming. I have a friend that's got a whole bunch of swords and all types of stuff like that. I didn't make any gestures at you, camera. I don't know why you're jumping in on me. See, a lot of support on Josh today. I like it. Saturn graphics are tough. Even with emulation, I feel like there's limits as to how much you can kick those up. Whereas, like, N64 will surprise you for sure. Definitely. He's always got good info. 4 terabyte is good. Everything that Chris has put together, he puts his time in, and everything works really well. I will say the older stuff, and maybe he's changed that because it's been a while since I reviewed that one. And I have a full review video on the 4TB. If you just type in Retro Gaming Guy, Chris Cool Mod, that should pop up because I've only reviewed like as of right now, I think 3 of his setups. I think I did the 4TB, the 96TB, and then I think he had a micro SD card that I checked out too. And then tomorrow I'll have the light gun one, which you guys pick it. Should I drop the video tomorrow during the day or in the evening? Because I was on the fence about that. You usually don't do much on the weekends with videos, but I figure might as well let it rip. Or should I just wait till Sunday? How many people are watching the Royal Rumble tomorrow? I know I have like the wrestling fans that watch the channel stuff too. And with no UFC this weekend, I'll probably watch it too. I honestly I fought the live stream sort of approach for a while just because I didn't think that this would pan out in all honesty, but here we are an hour and a half in, 98 people still here. The giveaways are gone. it's working. I appreciate you guys. I had a buddy that it's totally not into YouTube or an active, presence on here, just viewing or anything. And he was like, you got to do live streams. That's what everybody's doing. Do the live streams. And he would tell me this like every single day for like a year. That was finally when I decided to do the giveaways. I was like, hey, I'm doing a live stream later. And then he asked me like how it went. I was like, it was awesome. I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. I'm still hearing the I told you so's. That is great advice right there. And anybody that ever asks me, I always just say, just do like the first question is, what would I do on there? Whatever you like, because you'll find other people that like it. I just found this guy I'm a huge Indiana Jones fan, and he's got a channel, and he's just like this Indiana Jones fanboy. And I don't mean that in a mean way. He's just a massive fan of Indiana Jones, and he's got this massive collection. And he doesn't have like a huge following. I think he's got like 4,000, 5,000, something like that, maybe more. Um, but he's doing what he loves to do, and he's finding other people that love what he's into as well. And I just binge watched like 100 of his videos the other day because he does mostly short content. And it's just like, do whatever you love, and you'll find other people that love it too. And they don't have to be as passionate about it as you are. Like, I watch stuff that I'm moderately into. You're always going to get people that are into it on varying levels, of course, but you just got to do what you like. And people will, see your passion for it and tune in, I think. Nice. How is it? Josh, you're getting a lot of love in here. Do it. Rust feels like a job sometimes, trying to stay online as much as possible so you don't get offline rated. Don't miss those days. Yeah, see, that wouldn't work for me. I don't have I don't have that kind of time to invest, and I don't need to be like sucked into something on that level. So, yeah, I think I'll sidestep that one then. Used consoles on eBay. Um, do I recommend it? Probably not, but I'm yet to find anywhere that I really do recommend. So, I think it's in line with anywhere else. You're taking a gamble on anything that's old. There's no way around it, unfortunately. Even if you get it like my original logic on like DK oldies was, all right, they're refurbishing consoles, so they're charging a premium price. In theory, that makes sense. Then we found out they weren't actually refurbishing stuff, or if they were they doing, a great job of it? No, not really. So at that point, it's like go to eBay or Goodwill or like any of these other places and just pay the least amount possible, because you're going to take that same risk in the end. You're still going to roll the dice on a retro console and hope for the best. Um, East Starland, I've had a great experience with. They're not the cheapest out there by any means. I do find that they do actually refurbish their consoles, and they do a nice job at it. But I mean, are they perfect? No, nobody's perfect at this stuff. So that's my answer. My answer is to not give you a straightforward answer, because there's no right or wrong, really. I mean, it's just you're going to take a risk either way. So if you could find something at a price point where you're not overextended if it goes south, then I think that's probably the best approach, because paying through the teeth for something, you're still, taking a gamble on it. You don't know if it's going to crap out tomorrow. Even if it's been refurbished, it could still run into a million issues and give you a hard time. So there's no confident way to really approach, any of it. Your channel sucks. I don't know what your channel. I'll check your channel out and I'll let you know, I guess, but I don't think I'd tell you if it sucked. Give me a direct link to your channel and I'll check it out if you want to. But I don't think any channel sucks. I've heard good things about that. I've never done it. I actually talked to, what's that guy? I don't know the proper way to explain him. Ricky. Who's the famous YouTuber named Ricky? He just got into it with, for the wrestling fans out there, he just had a video where he wrestled Joey Janela. Ricky Irwin, something like that. I talked to him about hacked PS Vitas a couple of years ago. And we were going to do a video together, and then it just kind of, I don't know who dropped the ball first, me or him. I was literally a nobody at the time. I'm still a nobody, but I had like 5,000 subscribers. But he had reached out. Hey, Chris is in the live chat. What's going on, Chris? We're winding down here, but I was talking about you earlier. Got the video ready to go for tomorrow, so um, I didn't schedule it yet. It's still uploading. It's actually uploaded now. Maybe I'll try to finalize that quick. Yeah, it's ready to go. I just got to fill in all the information. But yeah, I was just saying, next week I'm going to give away the extra Chris Coolmod setup. Thank you so much, Chris. I'm late on my own live chat here, so thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Certainly helps with shipping out the stuff this week. But I'm gonna do a giveaway next week, and I'm gonna have Heck and Steve on here with me. He's a great YouTuber as well, and we're going to give away the extra Chris Cool Mod like on setup that you sent me. So definitely, if you're available, we'd love to have you as well. Dreamcast fully loaded for 350, like fully. Oh, I was just gonna say modded. There it is. Parentheses. I am into that. Can you send me? Can you send me like the link in the chat here, and then I could click over to it and check it out later? I don't know if it blocks links for people. I'd be interested to know what is that price for a Dreamcast? Yes, he did. That's awesome. At least you can have that bonding experience with it. I think that's the best. Love it. And there's some more pushes for Josh there. I love the support. See what I mean? That we just got a cool vibe in here. It's all good people. I don't wish for anything more than what we have here. It really is awesome. That's a sweet setup too. It won't let me like copy and maybe I'm gonna write that down though. Where's my phone? Here, you guys are going in my phone, so then I don't have to write it down. There we go. Got it right there. And where is the other one? There we go. That one too. I will check out both of those channels later. What time do you guys want me to drop the video on Chris Coolmod's light gun setup? Because I'm going to go through the entire thing. I just finished editing it tonight. It's actually, and I will apologize, or apologize or not apologize. It depends on how you look at it. It's a really long video. It's like over an hour because I go through literally everything that Chris put on here. And I do a pretty extensive demo with it too. And actually, believe it or not, cut it short on the demos because it could have gone on forever. I mean, I could be filming it still, and I started filming it on Tuesday. It's just loaded with stuff. What is the best price to perform? Go with so I don't know how many days ago this was. 3-4 days ago, I did a review. I could be wrong. I'm just gonna give you the link. I reviewed a handheld that I think is the best budget friendly handheld out there. It was like I think it was like $75 or so, and the performance was great. It got me through PSP, and everything ran perfect on there, N64 included. So I will give you the direct link to that because it's budget friendly and it definitely, you know, has some great performance with it. So, and it's got a pretty sweet thumbnail, I will say. I have somebody doing some thumbnails for me for some of the bigger videos that I do. And I think it's pretty catchy looking. Here it is. So check that out. You definitely won't break the bank, and you'll have a good experience with it, as long as you're not looking for like GameCube on the go or PS2, because it can't handle those. But for your older stuff through, like I said, N64, Dreamcast, PSP, you're gonna be in good hands with that. I have a wheel video coming out next week, I think. I have one for, if you type in like retro gaming guy racing wheel. I did review one that was, I forget what brand it is off the top of my head. I'm looking at it, but it's a good 50 feet away from me right now. It's set up on the edge of a desk over there. It's the only like PlayStation one that's like officially partnered with PlayStation. It's good, and it wasn't ridiculously priced. I could probably pull it up on my Amazon orders here. I think for the price, it's really good. But I do have one from Camus, a wheel from Camus that is Hori made it. Hori racing wheel. I'll give you the link to it. It's 120 bucks. It's actually quite a bit cheaper than what I paid a couple of months ago. So check this out. What's up, Victor? How's it going? There. Yes. What I did was I actually demoed it on PC. I didn't even demo it on PlayStation, which I don't know why I didn't do that since it's PlayStation supported. But yeah, I did it through Batacera on my gaming PC. I just plugged it in and jumped into racing games, and everything worked. Right out of the gate. I didn't have to custom map anything or do any programming at all. Yeah, it was a good experience. Some retro games I feel don't work great with wheels, but that's not because of the racing wheel. It's just how those some of those games were set up before gaming like that was really a thing. So if you're going to use it for retro, some games don't feel great, but you can go in usually with emulation and adjust like sensitivity and stuff like that. So everything can be tweaked. Yeah, so definitely. I mean, for 120 with the pedals and everything included, it's pretty sweet. And the clamp that clamps to like your desk or whatever is pretty awesome too. And I'm going to be reviewing. I'll give you a link because it's right next to this here on my Amazon. It just came in today. Because I have the racing wheel that I'm going to review next week, I was like, I want to do something different than just setting it up on my desk that I'm on right now, which is fine. But I got this next level racing wheel stand that Next Level has some really amazing products, but this one's like one of their, more budget friendly. It's still like 130 bucks, but pretty sweet. It looks like, anyways. I'm going to review it. So that's a little sneak peek as to what I'll be doing next week. I have a lot of videos to tackle next week. And then, of course, I got to set this guy up on the cabinet that's still in the box behind me. I got to get my ass moving on some stuff. It's the best retro emulation handheld for $200 or less that can handle Nintendo Switch games. Ooh, Switch there. That's gonna be the challenge there at that price point. I'd like to be able to play modern games, including you got to go with the Steam Deck or the Odin. Yeah, you have to go. You're gonna have to definitely go over 200. I mean, you could go with one of the base models of those, but yeah. Chris, what's the mini PC you think is best as a budget for RetroBeast to run all modern consoles? I just gave this away tonight. This definitely can handle everything. In fact, I tested. Why is my camera jumping around? I tested your light gun setup with this right here, and this is probably I have one for myself, and then this one I gave away tonight. But I'm probably going to put that into my arcade cabinet and use your build to actually work with that. But unfortunately, that's like a $600 mini PC. You could go with something less. Ace Magician has one. I'll give you the model that I've actually used your 4 terabyte with. You could do more. I mean, I could test out some stuff and dive into it a little bit deeper for you. But I know for a fact. Let me just find this. I have this mini PC that I'm gonna send you the link for. We just make sure the link works. It's an older video. the price is up on it. $479. I mean, it's cheaper than the one I just showed you. This one works. The B-Link Sur 6 Max will work. Yeah, I mean, we're getting away from budget friendly, but I mean, budget friendly doesn't work for like the high end stuff on your setups. So, especially your 4 terabyte and your 96, of course, too. Yeah, I think you'd have to go up to like a mini gaming PC, something like this, which is like $600 to tackle everything. But if people wanted less than that, then, they could just kind of skip those. Yeah, yeah. Definitely like the Ace Magician, and I like this one a lot too. So I'm going to put this probably in the Terminator 2 cabinet there. I just got to figure out how to work the sensors for the Gunfire IR into the mix, because obviously those have to be mounted to the side bezels and stuff like that. Sur 7, I'm still waiting on, but I've been talking to B-Link, so hopefully that's coming soon. I've never done much with the cheats on open bore, so I'm not sure about that, unfortunately, Biggie. I'll have to look into that and see if I can get anywhere. Let's see. Yeah, budget. It's tough to say with those, because sometimes prices go up and prices go down. I feel like prices have been trending downward with mini PCs, but mini PCs are still relatively new, so that could be why more people are getting into it. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's the one. It should be the 7735. Yeah, 7735HS. Yep. I do. I have two of these. So the one that I gave away tonight, I gave away to that one went to Colin, who is in the United States. So I actually have another one of these, and I'm going to use it to. I was just telling Chris Coolmod I'm going to probably use it inside of the. I always point the wrong way. Terminator Arcade One Up that I'm going to mod and basically power it with Chris Coolmod's light gun setup. So I'm going to use that one, but I also have an Ace Magician that looks very similar to this. I use that all the time. In fact, I was out of town last night and I took that with me to the hotel, hooked it up to my portable monitor, and I was editing videos on the go with that. So, yeah, I have a gaming PC that I keep here, never leaves on that right now. And then I have mini PCs that I take with me. I'll use them literally over there to upload videos while I'm filming other videos. So, yeah, I have at least one mini PC going in the background always, and I game on that too. It's got Steam on there, so I could do a little bit of everything. When I want to bring Batacera or something like that into the mix, I just hook it up externally through USB. So yeah. The only reason I don't hold on to everything is because I do review a lot of stuff, and I don't need everything. I don't need a million mini PCs, so I try to pass those on to the viewers with the giveaways on Friday nights. So. All right, guys. So I think I asked before, but I'm a little slow sometimes on the live chat now that it's slowing down. Tomorrow's video, Chris Cool Mods tour video, we'll call it, or review video. Should we do that during the day, or should that be a nighttime video release? Because I'm going to set that up and drop that in here now. It's an hour and 13 minutes long. It's got a pretty sweet thumbnail, I will say. I didn't design it. That's probably why it looks so good. Just setting that up in the background here. All right, so nighttime. Okay. See, nighttime, 7 p.m. Just that one time. That was the only time. I found some really great stuff though. I check it out quite often. Shop Goodwill is my go-to, but I try to stay away from it because I end up spending too much money on there, or I just like bid on a million things that I don't think I'm gonna win at a low price, and then I actually win it. Um, and then even small amounts in bulk add up. So I try to stay away from there. But yeah, that only happened the one time. But I did find, I'm a big Indiana Jones fan, and I did find an Indiana Jones satchel that was gifted from Spielberg to all of the cast on the not third film, fourth film, which Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, not the best in the franchise, but um, yeah, it was cool because they actually filmed part of the movie like 20 minutes from my house. So I like it. I've still got it. I have no idea how to display it or anything, but yeah, it's right over there in a bin, all wrapped up safely. So yeah, I've always found some good stuff on Shop Goodwill. I'm a big fan of it, but I don't do much retro gaming hunting these days. Everything's so expensive now too, and I'm not really a collector. Like I'll get stuff that I like that I have a memory from playing. But usually the stuff that I like isn't stuff that's like super high value. Like I just bought from Shop Goodwill not too long ago Indiana Jones, the Xbox game, which is Dragon Emperor, I believe it's. I forget the full name. I have it on my modern Xbox, so I don't need a physical copy. Don't even have an original Xbox to play it on, but I just wanted like the game because I remember having the game as a kid, and just it was a game I played all the time. So I have that, and it's just sitting on a shelf that I can look at while I'm working at my desk. All right, so nighttime it is. I'll do a nighttime video tomorrow. We'll do it 7 p.m. So that'll be good. Never find anything at Goodwill's near me. Maybe I get lucky, find a controller, but these the games are all bad Wii games or old Kinect Xbox 360 games. Yeah, it's a lot of that stuff. What you should do though is go on shopgoodwill.com, and then at the top, I'll pull it up right now so I can tell you exactly what to do because sometimes they change the layout. Go across the top to there's the search bar, and then it has the advanced tab. You can go in there, and at the bottom there's a location, and if you scroll down you may find a location close to you. The locations that they list are like either their superstores or their warehouses, and they have better stuff available in those locations. Little tip for you. I've heard that somebody was telling me that stuff in Florida is more expensive. I guess maybe it's stuff that's specific to like the theme parks. But somebody said that they knew someone was buying up stuff. Maybe this was just at the time that they told me buying up stuff because they were putting together some sort of display at one of the theme parks down there. And you might not even be near one of those theme parks, but somebody was like in the Clearwater, Orlando area. And they said somebody was just buying up tons of stuff for, I forget what movie, it might have been Star Wars, which would make sense because I know they have the Star Wars park now. And they said the prices were just going through the roof for that stuff. I could see that being an issue depending on where you're located and stuff like that. So yeah, with Shop Goodwill, there's two locations that are one's actually 15 minutes from my house, one's like 35 minutes from my house, and that one always seems to have great stuff. But they save the best stuff for online auctions. But you can search it, find that stuff there. Like here's one ends in 28 seconds. Looks like there's 10 different Xbox One games, and it's going to go off with zero bids for $12. I mean, that's not bad if the titles are what you're into. And there's WWE 2K17 at the top, which is actually a pretty good game. Definitely some cool stuff. What else do they have for VC? Now you guys are bad influences. Now I'm going to start looking. And they have specific gaming systems and consoles collections. So what else do they have? They have a sealed PS2 DualShock green analog controller, $50 with 4 bids on it. So some stuff just goes for a lot, and then some stuff is you can get great deals. It just depends. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of crappy Wii games or like crappy PS2 games bundled together. It just depends what people are looking for. Sometimes Sometimes that's where I do well because I'm looking for something that's nobody else is interested in. Yeah, and we're going to talk about game prices being through the roof next week because that's a big thing that my buddy Heck and Steve talks about. He does a lot of um, like informative videos on resellers and like their impact on the retro gaming and prices and all that stuff. So if you're interested in that stuff, you got to follow Heck and Steve. He does really great videos. He had one tonight at 8 o'clock. That's looked like it was going to be good. It's probably what I'll do right after this. I'm a big fan of those as well, and it is tough to find like modern day ones that aren't just total crap. Wow, that's an insane price. Yeah, Wii's are definitely like you can get a Wii for like 25, $30 in good shape too. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've been to the one in Florida, but it's been a long time now. Hopefully that's a rumor. I mean, I was looking at buying UFC 5 the other day, and I forgot I have the Xbox S, and I went on Amazon. And was like, oh, I'll just buy the physical copy for $20 less, and then I forgot that I have the Xbox S, so that's not gonna happen. But yeah, even like $70 for UFC 5, which there's not a massive difference between 4 and 5. I mean, kind of, I guess. But even that's like $70. It's been out now for a couple months. I thought it would drop a little bit in price. Let me see if it's still. I'll probably just get it. Oh no, is it? Oh, it's the. Oh, it did drop in price. No, there. I'm looking at the physical copy again. Yeah, the PS5 price is $50, but Xbox is 69 or 99 if you want the deluxe edition. And I like those games because they're that casual sort of game where you can dive into it and get out easily. You could do a couple matches and then be done. You don't get sucked in for a long period of time. But yeah, I mean, 69 bucks is expensive. I can't imagine paying 100 or more. That's true. Or they just play hardball. But yeah, it's crazy. And then like the game passes and stuff. Like the games that they put on there are so bad too, or like not much. I don't know. They're just not good. I had Game Pass for the longest time, and they had like that goat simulator game on there, like or they had some shark simulator games. It was just like a lot of junk. Store by me from Ron Jeremy. Store by me wanted $40 for NBA 2K19 Xbox One. Wow. There we go. Yep, I totally agree with that. Unfortunately, just two tonight. Next week we're gonna do three or four. So yeah, we just did two, but they were big ones. We did the mini gaming PC, which is a $600 mini gaming PC, and then the portable touchscreen monitor, which was I think it's a $300 touchscreen monitor. So still got some value in there. Didn't do a live one though. Usually I do one just open to the lives, but I will do that next week for sure. 100%, and that's why I've always I was thinking it. I was definitely thinking it. Did he get out though? I saw something about him. I didn't read the article though. I don't think he got out. Thank you for spending the evening with me. Appreciate it, Rick. And I'll be here next week, same time, same place. So, and I'm gonna wrap it up in a minute. But yeah, this is the issue with everything these days is that we don't really own anything. We just have the rights to play it. Um, but emulation now is kind of dipping into that stuff. And I mean, especially for Switch, I mean, we had the new Mario game came out, got leaked with emulation before it did with, um, before it was actually officially released, and stuff like that certainly doesn't help emulation any by drawing attention to it. But yeah, portable monitor went to, oh, I don't have it in front of me right now. What's his name? Oh, here it is. Josh Krausen won the portable monitor, and then it was Colin McManus was the winner of the mini PC. You as well. Enjoy your night. Appreciate you tuning in. I'm going to head out too in a second, but thank you guys so much. And I always say it a lot, but thank you guys for, watching these videos and especially, partaking in the live stream. It's really a blast. And I'm going to do more live streams. I've been saying that, but I'll do some gaming ones. And I think retro gaming is what people are mostly interested in. So I'll do some retro gaming ones. I'll probably do some Fortnite ones and see if we can, I don't know, attract some people that abuse me on there because I'm not good at it, but it'll be fun. So I'll probably test that out. Maybe even this weekend I'll jump on for like, a little bit of time and try to do a dry run and make sure I'm doing the live stream correctly, because it did take me a while to figure out the audio side of that, especially if I'm talking through the mic and all that. But yeah, we'll do some live stream stuff. And I got to figure out how to bring the chat up onto the screen because it kind of layers in a little bit differently because I'll be using a different software. But yeah, if you guys want to help me with the dry run of trying to figure out the live gaming thing and not get murdered at whatever I'm playing as well, that would be great. Gaming PC went to Colin McManus, who, despite his Scottish or Irish name, is in the U.S. So fun fact there. Let's see. Yeah, so and I have the other name up here on screen. Hold on. The other winner was Josh Krausen for the MINIX 16-inch portable monitor. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much. I'm going to head off and go probably do some more videos and get moving because the pile of stuff I'm going to review is getting higher and higher. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Hope everybody has a great weekend. For those that are, I know a lot of you guys said you were watching the Royal Rumble tomorrow. Enjoy. I'll probably tune in for at least part of it. And maybe I'll jump on a live stream gaming, stream this weekend sometime. But thank you guys so much. Again, appreciate you very much. I will see you guys next week. And Chris, I'll have your video up tomorrow, and I'll tag you in it too. So definitely check back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be dropping that walkthrough video of Chris Kulma's new Lycon setup. And what was that? Good info right there. Yeah, I agree. You can't win no matter what you try to do. But all right, guys, take it easy. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll talk with you guys soon, and I'll do a video early next week announcing the giveaways officially for next week. But should be probably a mini PC, and we're going to do a giveaway for Chris Kulma's Lycon setup too. But check out the video tomorrow, where I tore through the whole thing. It's a long one, so buckle up for it. But thank you guys so much. Have a great weekend. Take care.